Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Tuesday. Let's see. Nothing really crazy for Tuesday. All right, Wednesday we have FOMC minutes. Thursday unemployment. Employment. What other news came out overnight? It's official. Trump rings the bell on Wall Street to launch Trump accounts for children. Okay. Ukraine strikes oil. Very flat right now. Very flat. Waiting on news. All right. Let me just prepare for the week. I don't think I'm gonna take another trade yet. We gotta wait for that. So
Sí, está bien si quieres. Sí, pues ya. I'll be back. All right, we back. We are back. I guess the news pumped it. Okay. Did it come out positive? Let's see. PMI. In line. Okay. Nothing crazy.
Blue sky, we can reset the middle face for cheap.
All right. Oh. Nice. So I guess it came in line. Yep. 30,000 it is. $30,000 it is. We're hitting 30,000 again. Just swept Tokyo highs. There we go. All right. Oh, had to wait.
Chat, how do you guys do today? Curious. I'm waiting for a minute. My long play up in the liquidity market. I can take the same player and single time from the same pocket on the outside. So 30-24 to 30-50. Technically speaking, being jumping. If we did there, 30-8, the middle of that.
Yeah. Looking for a long.
Guys, do me a favor.
Let's go long right there.
I want to show me your P&Ls today. I like to see what you're working with.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
How big is it? Big curves.
Hold. 30,018. Hold it. Push through.
Did you make your P&L long and strong? Friends, don't be shy. Put it out for me. Let me see what you got. I like looking at P&Ls. So we can peek at $500, $400, 2.2, 400. Wow, 3,057. Wow.
Let's go. Hold.
67. Relax and make it a nice 2,000, 300, 300, 600, 393, 2,000. I grabbed the long and two micros, by the way, here at the nearest on top. 8,500. We want to count. Hey, there you go, Richard. Nice job. 27.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Push, push, push.
Shy, it's weirder than mine. Shy right now. You folks here, don't be shy. Your friends here, we show each other our P&Ls all the time. Look it out for me.
All right.
Is it big? Is it heavy? 50 for 1103, 7 nice shot, 1500. Nice curves, guys. Nice curves. Curves very well. Not a lot. Yeah, great, dude. You guys are trading real mostly doing long setups. Real good stuff. How big is what? How big is your P&L, Joe? I've never heard you have a big P&L, Joe. Mind looking it out for me? Long is Sean. Let's go. 5232, 1,000. Good job, guys. You're a grower.
Oh, okay.
Mostly longs, lost in the sun.
We're hovering on this 30,026. They can hold. We're going up to 30,100. Hold and go, baby. Hold and go. On the ES, looking for this break. See if we can get up to previous day high. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ba-dum. Oh, pulling back. It's just a pullback though. As long as we hold above 30,000, we should be good. $30,100's our target long, but before we get there, I think we pull back a little bit to try to break above 30,000 to 30s again. Let's go. Okay. Oh, my trusty glasses over here. And we need to hold this EMA and try to break this 30,051. If we could break that, 100s could be the good target for us. And here we're looking for the opening range break, right? We need a break, a retest, and then go. We haven't gotten the break. Kind of got ahead of myself on this candle here, but we still have this EMA to help us out. If we can get our break, oh, that'd be nice, because then we can get our continuation here on this retest break of the NASDAQ. So ES is helping us. There we go. That's the break we're looking for in ES. Should help break this 30,051 on the NASDAQ. We need a solid break though. Big solid break. Log into my thinkorswim. Oh, you guys can't see me. Let me see if I can just add my camera real quick. Sorry.
That is a setup. Exactly. You don't ever show it really. Remember that whole method. You don't show it really. I let it prepare. I let it overshoot. This is
Come on, let's get this breakout.
never shoot. You never shoot into reds. You can market. You shoot all of something.
Didn't work. All right, you guys should be able to see me now. Here we go. All right. So yeah, we're getting the breakout that we want. This is cool. We might go hit those as long as we hold here, right? As long as we hold these 320s or 30,020s. Give me a sec. As long as we have these 30,020s here, we might go see these 100s, possibly at the end of the day 200s if we continue to be bullish. The ES is definitely showing more bullish than the Nasdaq, so I like that. I like that. We just need this to break. First target for the ES would be here 75.80. I'm sorry, 75.8375. So let's see what happens here. Again, I invite you all to come and watch this, right? I do this free in the mornings, but then if you want to join our mentorship, go to, daytradingwolf.com. Sign up, and be more than glad to coach you as to what you're seeing here on the screen that makes money. Okay. Posted a video yesterday too of one of my students who zero knowledge in 4 months already learned most of the basics, a lot of the good basics, a good strategy to get him started, and already cashed out 10K. He's 10K, and he's on his way to cash out another 10K pretty soon. So he's built himself something that can give him $10,000 a month. Imagine in 4 months. Young kid too, 21, 22 years old, Jose. Just like some of my other students. So if you are a current student of mine, stay disciplined, right? Stay disciplined. You will get there as well. Discipline and consistency equals profit. Me, I'm just trying to stay disciplined by sizing in correctly depending on which accounts I'm trading, but also depending on which product I'm trading. You guys can see that on the ES, I go a little micro. S&P, I go a little harder with the 5, but that's because it moves a little slower. On the Nasdaq, is too many points, right? So I try to just keep it at 2 contracts to try to still make some money on that. Having a tough time right here with this price on the NASDAQ 50, right? We're holding above 30,000, but we're having a tough time here. On the ES, we broke already, but I think we do have a target up here. When this goes towards this target, I think the NASDAQ will definitely break this 51 and finally, you know, see if we can hold it and try to go to the 100s. So just waiting. It's a waiting game. We're in the trade. We're letting it do. Now, where would I put my stop? Let me be disciplined with that too, right? So I got in at 29. I should put my stop right here. Let's say right here at below the opening range, right? Because if we break below this blue line, then yeah, we're definitely going to try to retest here to go up. But here's the first target. 30,051 on the NASDAQ. 7583 on the S&P. We're currently up on the S&P 500. And we're hovering, right? Hovering in the negative here on the NASDAQ. We are having some sort of structure up. We need it to hold, and we need this to push to help push. On the first trade we took this morning, made some money, but we're waiting for the follow through. Haven't put any stop here. Let me see. Right here, the middle of this. Might have to let this breathe a little better. Right here. The start of this, these are 1 hour candles, so the start of this 1 hour candle. This is a 4. Oof, and that's the 1. So we've been up 519 points on the day. 55 on the NASDAQ. This 30,026 level is having a hard time breaking. We can break it though. It's going to be a good play. At least another 100 points up to like 30,020s or 50s. We need to hold, break, and go towards that. Here's our target. Here, the target for the S&P would be previous day high, which would be 75.94. What is this? And let's aim for 220. This one right here. Okay. Who here uses Lucid? They deposited a whole bunch. Yeah, they deposited a whole bunch of boxes, right? The Lucid boxes. Hopefully you guys got a good box. And maybe you got a free account from Lucid on the box. I opened mine. I got a 55% discount. Some of you might get good discounts in those boxes. But yeah, Lucid is the company I use the most. Lucid, TopStep, Tradeify. I might start to use Alpha and My Funded Futures as well too. But the ones that really pay out every time, Lucid is a really good one. That's why I promote that one the most. But here we go. We're finally looking like we're gonna break this 30,051.75. Let's go. If we can break this, boom, we're going. Here, our targets right here or there. Just pushing. Need a nice little break. Tough time, right? 1, 2, 3. Ugh. This 30,026 level. Let's go. There we go. There we go. We're breaking. Ooh, we're up. Oh yeah. Let's go. Push. Oh yeah, push. Break. Are we gonna break? Oh yeah, there we go. We're breaking, we're breaking, we're breaking. We gotta break with more authority though. We got to it, but we didn't break it. Let's minimize our risks now because we finally got the break. I guess I can move this to break even. Yeah, because we already went up this much. And we're sweeping Tokyo. I don't want us to be sweeping Tokyo, right? And then dump the rest of the day. Still think right now in the morning we're good to continue up this morning, right? Usually when the market chooses a direction in the morning, it continues that direction for the rest of the morning, at least until mid-morning, 11:30 Eastern time, right? 12 p.m. Eastern time. So let's trust that, right? Let's trust that the morning has chosen up, and then once it's lunchtime, that's when everything, like the volume dies down and it starts to consolidate and it just, hovers. I don't want to be stuck in a hover. So let me just do this now. Sorry guys, hold on. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust these again. I'm gonna give it time. And again, why am I giving it time? Because we broke above the opening range. This purple thing here that you guys see here, this is our 9:30 to 9:45 opening range. We broke above, we're retesting, and we're just slowly grinding, right? There's not big pushes, it's just slow grind. And this slow grind usually loves to be here all morning, right? 10 in the morning to 11 to 11:30. And then once it gets to wherever it gets to at around midday, it just starts to hover, just consolidate. And then in the afternoon, it's when you'll most likely get a reversal, right? About 60% of the time you get a reversal. The other 40% you get a continuation up on strong, strong news, strong market. But typically what I love to teach is that if the market already chose which part of the range is going to break the top of the range or the bottom of the range. Once it chooses which direction it's going to take for the morning, pretty much the opening range becomes your floor for the day, and then continues to grind up slowly the rest of the morning. So don't fight the morning because it's a slow grind, right? It's a push, pull back, push, pull back, but it's slow, and it just does it for the entire morning. So trust that process. Right now we're having an issue with this target, which is 30,051, as the S&P is pulling back to its opening range high. We just broke it. Normally, people who trade this opening range, they're waiting for this retest, right? Break, retest. But you need to see some sort of buyer step in. See, kind of like here, they're trying to step in. This candle is a 2-minute candle. There's 6 seconds left. 5, 4. Let's see what the next candle is. As long as we don't lose this EMA with some selling pressure, then we should be good to break, retest, and try to attempt to go here or even here, which is previous day high. Which, if this continues to push, in essence, the NASDAQ will also continue to push higher and go. It's just very, very slow, very small grind, because it already moved this much points overnight from bottom to top. I mean, look at the 1-day candle. This is the 1-day candle. This is the bottom. This is the opening of it, and we already went up all this. Same thing with the ES. We already went up all this. I'm just trying to fish this morning the last little bit it wants to do, and then most likely it'll just start to give some of that back in the afternoon. But right now in the morning, I don't want to fight the uptrend. You know, little things, and I've seen this play too many times. And again, have my stops at these points here, right? These previous higher lows. This one, I have to actually put it right here. Previous higher low. Giving myself enough room for the trade to develop, not choke it. Because that's what happens when you put your stop too tight. You're choking your trade. You're not actually, you're looking at your P&L. You're like, oh my God, I can lose this. Yeah, but when you trade, you shouldn't just be looking at the P&L. You should be looking at the trade, right? Does it make sense? Does it make sense that this is a lower low, higher high, higher low? We just did higher highs here, right? Equal higher highs. Could this be higher lows? All these right here that are accumulating higher lows to then go and do higher high. So you have to have your stops based on market structure. That's stuff that I teach you guys here. Don't choke your trade. And it's very slow grind. Again, still early here, Eastern time. Very early. It's like, I think you guys can't see it all. There we go. We need it to hold the top of the range here on the ES. As long as this is holding. See, this is what a lot of orb traders, is what they call them, right? Opening range traders. They're looking for this break, retest, boom. Right back up to here again, possibly up here, okay? So I'm guiding myself today a lot by what's going on the S&P 500. Typically, you can guide yourself based on, you know, either one, the NASDAQ or the S&P 500, but today is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is what's keeping me in my trade as well in the NASDAQ. As long as the S&P holds here, tries to come back up here, the NASDAQ will try to break here and go. Let's see.
Only here on this channel in this exclusive cost.
Waiting. So yeah, a lot of this in trading, it's patience. Just patience and waiting for everything to develop. $30,000, 20s, and 30s. It's just this resistance there that we're trying to break through. Boom, 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 boom.
There we go. Congratulations to you. Let's give away through these orbits.
Holding. It's looking good. If you guys got any questions, just ask. Ask right there in the chat. Just type on here. Yeah, the ES looks really good. Good to bounce. The NASDAQ, we're just waiting for it to break these 30,051s. And then this resistance that's been having right here, this last 20 minutes. Yeah, about 20 minutes will become your new support for the rest of the morning, right? So you'll have something like break, retest of it, and then continuation up for the rest of the morning. But we need to break it. We need to break these 30,050s. Most likely it'll go to like 70s, right? Another 20 points or so, 70 somethings. If we break those 70s, then we're gonna go to the 100s and so on, right? So there it is, break. Can we break? I think we can.
I can name another streamer and their audience.
You guys like the hat? Had them made. Pretty cool. We here says discipline and consistency. Discipline and consistency is what's going to keep you in the game. Let's go. All right. While we're waiting for this move, let me do some of the prepare for the rest of the week. So I like to do this. I like to pull out what the expected moves are for this week. For that, I use a different software. It's called Thinkorswim. Right now, what you're seeing on my screen is TradingView. Thinkorswim is where I learned how to trade all these years. Thinkorswim is offered, well, it was offered by TD Ameritrade, and TD Ameritrade got bought out by Charles Schwab. So now it's owned by Charles Schwab. So in that platform, I have a whole bunch of templates. It's where I actually learn how to trade. I actually have mentors that taught me how to trade professionally, but it was using Thinkorswim. TradingView is because it's so much easier. So it's easier platform to teach and trade in as well, right? Has really good what we call tools and indicators. So that's why. All right. Let me bring this over. So this is think or up. Hold on. This is Thinkorswim. Okay. So yeah, this is what we're talking about, the expected moves, but these are from last week. Let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Still hovering. So market's not really doing much right now, hovering. But let's look at these expected moves together. So I go here to chart, and I have this template. Out of all these templates I have a template. It's called expected move. I can type in whatever symbol, including stocks. Okay, including stocks, I can type in whatever symbol and then have it tell me, based on the options market, what are the expected moves of the week for the particular market or the particular stock. So right now we're looking at the micro mini NASDAQ. And you guys can see this green lines, yellow line, red line. So I'm going to go ahead and move this. This is my new expected move up. Oh, look at that. So we are having a nice green candle today on the NASDAQ. And target between today, tomorrow, or the rest of the week, because this is for the week, is 30,000. Give me a sec. Actually, it tells me here. Give me a sec. Let me minimize this. There we go. Then I'm going to move this as the expected move down in case the NASDAQ or the market receives some very negative news this week. This could be the target down. And then this yellow line is the starting point of the week. So this is where we started last night, Sunday night, on the futures market. Futures market operates pretty much Sunday night to Friday afternoon, 5 p.m. So we go. Now we have expected moves for this week on the micro mini NASDAQ. Then I go and look at the ES, which is the S&P 500. Do the same thing now for the S&P 500. The green is the target for the week, not for today. I mean, it could happen today, but is the target for the week, is where we start the week, where the week is expected to go, or where the week is expected to go based on negative or positive news. Right now, it's a very, very green positive candle. So it looks like we want to go towards this expected move up. Here was the starting point as of last night. Then I like to move this one and put it right here. Sorry, I'm very exact. I like to be exact because we're talking about exact prices. The more precise you are with your entries and with your exits, the better your trade is, the more profit, right? So last week, look, this was last week. I'll give you an example. This was last week for the S&P 500. This was the starting point of the week. The first day, that Monday, boom, we pumped up, almost touched the expected move. Tuesday, we broke right through it and then stayed hovering right at that top. This week, we're doing kind of like the same. We're moving towards the expected move up. Okay, so look at when the expected move gets hit down. This is all negative news. So boom, it went right through it. Almost 2 times, 3 times the expected move. But usually when the market's behaving like it's supposed to, not as volatile, not as crazy, it stays within these expected moves. Okay, so this is for the ES. I also like to do it for the Dow Jones, right? Dow Jones on the future side, it's called the YM. Very flat today for the Dow Jones. So we have like a doji kind of candle going on today on the Dow Jones, which is neutral candle, not going up, not going down. It's just staying, staying within a range. So the Dow Jones is not a good play today. Better play is on the ES, but let's go look at the Russell, which is the other index here in the US. The Russell 2000. It's a little more bullish, right? Holding, going towards expected move up. Okay. So the Dow Jones super flat with a doji. The Russell bullish candle on the day. And then the MNQ and the NASDAQ and the S&P a little stronger. S&P's always it's been a little stronger than the NASDAQ. And if you want to find out why, I could tell you, right? You don't have to join for me to tell you. You can see it here, right? You can see that the money's being moved around. In this case, today is in the hardware sector. AVGO, AMD, Intel, Micron, right? Qualcomm, all this, at least on the S&P 500. Financials, we also got some financials doing very well here. Got Goldman Sachs, Charles Schwab, which is the platform, see here. Charles Schwab is who now runs Thinkorswim. And this is the platform that you use when you open a Charles Schwab account, individual brokerage. And you can trade your own money here. But also, like I said, these expected moves, I do them at the beginning of the week. So that way I have an idea as to where we can go, where we can stay, what range we might be staying within for the week. So that way I don't have some ridiculous like targets or outcomes that I'm trying to chase. No, I already know that we might be staying within here. If it's a, normal week where the market is just going off, positive news, negative news, but when it's being manipulated, that's when it goes above it or below this, and then that's when you get like huge moves based on, breaking news with war or whatever is going on. Normally, this is where we like to stay. So now I have a more realistic target for the S&P, and I have a more realistic range too, right? Target range for the NASDAQ. So anyone going long, I mean, between today and tomorrow, here's a good target long. Once it gets there, normally it gets exhausted and then it pulls back. Anyone trying to go short, I would not go short until I see the market hit around here, and then you can go short. Okay, but it's kind of how we use these expected moves to help us for the rest of the week. Anyone who trades stocks, you can actually do this also with stocks. Let's say, you know, big dog like Apple. This also helps you. Give me a sec. So, what is the expected move for Apple? Wow, Apple has had a huge move these past days. Look at this. So, expected move for Apple, $317. Anyone who's buying shares. Once it gets to that, be careful because it could be a double top and then, you know, pull back again. But yeah, you can use these for stocks, ETFs. You can use them for pretty much anything in the stock market. Hey, we got Anthony. What's going on, Anthony? Good morning. My baby girl's doing very well. Family's doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you guys? We are just hovering today, but waiting to see if the rest of the morning will continue to push up a little bit. But yeah, but this is just me giving you guys examples of how to use the expected moves and where to use the expected moves and things like that. Now that I have that, I like to go into this template that I called indices. And I should have all my expected moves here. Okay. A sec. There they are. Bang, bang, bang. Cool. All right. Now I can just bring this back up like this. And you guys can see the current trade I'm on. Hey, ES, like I said, ES is a little stronger than the NASDAQ. And we had a really nice, what we call opening range trade or orb trade, break, retest of the orb, and it's now going here. The NASDAQ is just struggling. It keeps struggling with this 30,000. Give me a sec. Yeah, 30,051 is what it's struggling with. Bang, bang, right here. This 30,051 is what it's struggling with. Bring this over here. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, that 30,026 on the NASDAQ, it's having a tough time breaking it. But I do think we will, though. There we go. I'm actually going to turn off my thinkorswim. It's slowing down my computer here. I have all these things going on right now. I have thinkorswim, OBS, where I'm running this live. I have all my other accounts. I have a trade Copia. I have a whole bunch of things running, and thinkorswim is taking a lot of juice. So I'm going to close that out so we can run a little smoother here. All right. Good. There we go. A lot smoother now. And the play is finally starting to give us some sort of thing. At least on the ES, we're making money, right? We're making money right now on the ES. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. Russell futures is based on Russell 2000 index, which is 2,000 small cap stocks. I'll put my stop there. On the NASDAQ, I kind of wanna still let it go, but again, I don't like staying all day in front of the computer. I got other things to do. We already made some money this morning on the first pump. So again, we want our first trade. I don't want to be forcing trades, and I also don't want to stay in front of this all day. I started trading so that my money can make me money, not me, you know, break it into another job. But okay. Takes me out here on the S&P 500, fine. But if you're going to continue watching this live, because I end this live at 12 at midday, I'm thinking the rest of the morning for another hour or so. It pushes past this 30,051, and we aim at least for these 200s or even this 143, 140 something. If it doesn't, then, you know, I get out positive on this S&P trade plus the trades from this morning, and then on this one, I'll just let it run. Let it run the rest of the afternoon to see if we do get the push. If it pushes back, you know what? No, I may be smart about it. I'm already green on the day. I'm not gonna give the NASDAQ that pleasure of taking a lot of my profits that I already made this morning. So here, I'm happy. I'm happy with, if I take this loss on the NASDAQ, it's okay because I already made money this morning on the NASDAQ, which keeps me positive. And I'm taking profits also on the S&P, and that was the trade for the morning. Small, basic, simple stabs at the market. If they go towards our target, great, because that means we have a really good day. We win all our trades. And if we win all our trades, pretty much, you know, good trading day on this side, 772, and on this side, 518. Okay. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to be checking out. The live will still be running towards, for another hour or so, but me, myself, checking out. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Good luck. Stay green.